Okay, so before I start, I still have this thing, and you probably want it back. Also, I like how the only picture of us together is at graduation last year. Good morning, Chloe, and happy Slovakian Independence Day. We'll see your watermelon yogurt and raise you something greater. Oatmeal. The weird thing is, I never eat oatmeal for breakfast, so yeah, see how this goes. Quite tasty. I get really depressed about my coffee mugs a lot because the design is over here, but I want you to see the design, but to do that I would have to hold it in my left hand, which isn't gonna happen. So I might have to invest in left-handed coffee mugs if those exist. So a quick update on my Marvel adventures. As you saw on Facebook, I've been reading Ultimate Spider-Man, which is really awesome because Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. I'm already at issue 34 and it's pretty much the greatest thing ever. Fun fact, although Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, I've never seen any of the Spider-Man movies, although I do want to see the new one, partially because Emma Stone is in it, and I do want to see the Broadway musical, partially because U2 did the music for it. And while we're talking about Marvel, I should probably tell you that Aaron Brandt was the first person to be like, oh, DC is so much better, why would you choose Marvel? And I kind of expected that to happen, but I'm kind of wondering how long it's going to take before Brandon Crossland discovers I like Marvel better than DC and what he's going to do. I don't even know if he watches these videos, but if he does, Brandon, I like Marvel better than DC. So Chloe, I don't know if you know this, but I only very recently began getting into the store at the mall where I work. Most of the time I was usually back in the back storing clothing and things like that, working shipment. And that's what I'm doing today, but it's really hot in the back room, so I tried to find a tank top today I could wear, but I couldn't find it anywhere in my house. I checked my closet and my clothing in the hamper and the washer and dryer and Justin's stuff. I couldn't find it anywhere, so we're gonna see how this goes. Speaking of work, I accidentally said I would come in at 12 noon today, even though I, in the back of my mind, did not remember that I have a dentist appointment at noon today. So I'm gonna have to call in and try and reschedule. That's gonna be tons of fun. So today I wanted to talk to you about one of my favorite things. Cake? Oh, stupid. Baseball. Ah, baseball. America's pastime. Although it could be argued that America's pastime depends on the season. For example, America's pastime in the middle of winter is not baseball. But one thing that cannot be argued is that baseball is of American origin, because it's not. Hardly anything is, of course, because baseball was formed in Europe, according to a publication published in Britain in 1774, 2 years before our American Revolution. Interestingly, a French illustration dating back to the year 1344 depicts a group of clerics playing a game similar to baseball. These clerics would join with more clerics and create the first church softball league. Anyone? No? Really? Come on, it's funny. But I digress. Incidentally, the phrase, but I digress, has up until now been on my phrase bucket list. Okay, sorry, I'm done. Baseball has long since been my favorite sport, and as you and probably everybody else knows, my favorite team has long been the Baltimore Orioles. But the Orioles, albeit a goodish team this season, they still aren't at the top of Major League Baseball. They're slumping. They are better than the Phillies right now, which is good enough for me. And being a pretty good but not the best team has its ups and downs, and one of the downs might be the painful game they played against the Minnesota Twins last night. Ugh. And sometimes I lose hope in my team and I walk away from the game, and for that I'm sorry, Cal Ripken Jr., I'm sorry, Baltimore Orioles, I'm sorry to Matt Wieters and Buck Showalter and the Earl and Jim Palmer. You have no idea who these people are, do you? I really don't know how much you know about baseball. So last night I went off into another room during the game so that A, I could not be near this game anymore, and B, so I could write today's script. And as I'm typing, I hear my father yell, and I run into the next room to discover that I missed a beautiful 3-run homer by Mark Reynolds! Obviously I'm over it now, but it reminds me once again that a bad game can still have good play, just like a bad day can still have good moments, or a bad movie might still have funny jokes. And maybe if your bad day has enough good moments, it wasn't so bad after all. So remember that next time you have a bad day, just count the good moments. I can't really say much about that game though. They kind of lost 19-7. It was bad. Well, that's really all I've got for today, so time to call my school and see if I can find a job for next semester. I'll see you tomorrow. P.S. If there's any baseball fans who are watching this, please explain to me in the comments what a balk is. I have no idea what it is. Wikipedia is not doing its job well. I'll see you.